Yeah.
It was difficult in the fact, leaving school, what were you going to do? So it was looking for jobs where you didn't have to read or write. So it was factory work.
Right. I can't begin to actually count them up, but basically from a bin man, a normal bin man, all the way through a road manager's job in a group, a psychiatric male nurse, training as a psychiatric male nurse. But for 20 years going around selling paintings and becoming an artist. You know?
Just a carer. I used to help look after my great grandma. I wanted to do that to help other people as well that needed help.
Right.
So my work programme has always been manual, physical work, where it's construction. I can construct things, doesn't tax me brain. I did still have problems because you've got to fill timesheets and that type of thing out, but that I got by talking to my wife. I used to sit on the phone and say, right, how do I spell this? And that's how we used to get past all the writing.
When leaving school, I did not have the confidence in going in for an apprenticeship or anything like that because, one, I couldn't read properly. Two, I couldn't spell for the life of me, couldn't spell. So that was a big influence. Everywhere I went, it was like a brick wall up against me, so I always looked for jobs that were, how can I say it, I could use my hands. I didn't have to write anything down.
Watching everybody else leave school and going to college, university, and getting really good jobs. Being a nurse, hairdresser, I wanted to be a hairdresser, and I didn't go into that because I had to read and write.
I started as a painter and decorator, and within 3 years I'd learnt everything. The guy who taught me couldn't teach me anymore, so I left there and went onto the sites where I could make good money, and within 6 months I got offered a foreman's job. And I took it. Couldn't do it. Paperwork.
Well, like I say, I just hid it and just went along. 'Cause I used to stand back if there was anything to do with reading, writing. I would be in the background, so I wouldn't be asked to do it. So
All the jobs that I went into, I put my heart and soul into the job, and there was times when I was given the opportunity to even go further, but because of the writing and the spelling skills that are needed, I sort of sidestepped it and turned around and said, no, I don't want that. I would have loved to have actually gone and done it, and I think I would have excelled in that particular field. But the next minute, I was out and went away again. Lots of times I packed the job in because of that, because I thought I was just about to get found out.
trying to think what I could do without being found out.
Mainly signing forms because it just going all over the page, and it was making us stressing, and then I started crying, and my mind just goes blank.
Right.
Somebody puts an application form in front of you, it's the fear. It's the sweat on your brow and your hands start shaking because you got this evil pen in your hand, and your mind just shuts down.
Oh, application forms were a nightmare, but my family helped us with that, and I knew that I'd need them again, so I would keep the information and go back to it to add to application forms, because I can't retain the information of dates, times, of that doesn't work in my head.
Then I moved companies, and within a couple of years I got offered another site foreman job, which it wasn't that I wasn't capable of doing it, I just didn't have the necessary skills.
There was lots of things I wanted to do, but it all entailed reading, writing, and I couldn't read. Literally, I couldn't read. Even when I had my children, and sitting in the doctors, and you know, a child will say, "What does that say, mummy?" And it was the most embarrassing thing because I didn't have a clue.
Yeah. If I'd been able to read and write when I had left school, I would have excelled in other things. I knew.
So I did go and get application forms for these jobs, but I didn't take it further because of having to answer telephones and taking people's names and addresses. I wouldn't be able to do it, so I didn't.
It meant I lost salary. I could have had more money, which give my wife and my kids a better life.
There was a name for it, you know, dyslexia, and then once I got that name, I just literally soared because I could put, you know, a name to it. It's like, yeah.
Over the moon. It's totally that, and technology has transformed my life totally. I'm really confident now.
It's like, yes, I've got dyslexia, yes, there's something wrong, and yes, I can work around it in different ways, and I can tell somebody, so I'm not going to be embarrassed if they find out.
Sure that.
It's calmed me down. I don't panic as much, and I use that and technology now, and it doesn't. I've lost the fear, and I can actually write letters now. I can, if I feel something's an unjust, I know where I would never do it before. I now go and I put my opinion to people in the written word, which is like, it's just liberating.
Yeah, they've contacted me workplace and been working with us to help us through it.
Because I have climbed over so many walls to get where I am that it's made me stronger.
Over the years, gaining more confidence,
Right.
I've succeeded in things that I never thought I could possibly do.